It would be 10 years before Hollywood took another crack at portraying Al Capone. In Nick Ray's 1958 oddity Party Girl, Lee J. Cobb played a Capone surrogate called Rico Angelo. The following year, Rod Steiger chewed up all available scenery in the title role of Al Capone, which was the first movie to tell the tale from the gangster's point of view, an absolute no-go proposition 10 years earlier. That same year, 1959, Neville Brand played Capone in The Scarface Mob, opposite upright T-man Elliot Ness, played by Robert Stack. The movie led to the long-running TV series The Untouchables, and eventually to the 1987 film directed by Brian De Palma from David Mamet's fantastic script. Robert De Niro played Capone, with Kevin Costner as straight arrow Elliot Ness. I'm betting that some of you are wondering, why wasn't Elliot Ness in The Undercover Man? The Chicago-based Treasury agent is a legend in American culture because he's erroneously credited with being the guy who finally nailed Scarface. The truth is, he pursued Al Capone, and while his strategy of blowing up breweries and engaging in running gun battles with the gangster's minions was definitely more cinematic, it was Frank Wilson, using only his sharp pencils, who finally wrangled enough evidence to get the conviction that led to Capone's incarceration. Now, director Joseph Lewis may have had an issue with producer Robert Rossen, as I mentioned before the film, but at Columbia Pictures, Rossen was 1949's Man of the Year. He would bring the studio a Best Picture Oscar, writing, producing, and directing All the King's Men, one of the great films about soul corruption in American politics. He'd finally fulfilled all his ambitions. But the euphoria didn't last long. Rossen was blacklisted in 1951 for refusing to name names in front of the House Committee on Un-American Activities. 2 years later, he got his career back by capitulating to the committee and giving up 57 colleagues, all previously named, as one-time members of the Communist Party. I want to recognize the terrific performance by Glenn Ford, who is especially effective in this role, presaging the similar, if angrier, lawman he plays in The Big Heat. Joe Lewis shot Ford's teary scene with Nina Foch using 3 cameras because he was hoping to capture something raw and real and didn't want to be stopping and starting to reposition the camera for reverse angles. And going on instinct, Lewis rolled on their rehearsal and found himself choking up right along with Ford. No need for another take. They printed the rehearsal, and that's what you see in the finished film. A nod also to the excellent supporting cast, including James Whitmore, Barry Kelly, and Anthony Caruso. But let's shine a light on 2 lesser-known players. Robert Osterloh, the first ill-fated informant, had bit parts in many noir films, including Joe Lewis's next one, Gun Crazy. He's the cop Peggy Cummins whacks outside the bank during the famous one-take robbery. The character of accountant Sidney Gordon was played by Leo Penn, whose son, Sean, went on to enjoy a career that far exceeded his father's. Next week, Pat O'Brien returns to Noir Alley as an art curator involved in a train wreck. Or was he? Claire Trevor co-stars in Crack Up, a 1946 film released by RKO. Until then, you know where to find me.